Would have been 25. I got out of drama school when I was 23, went to Perth, theatre company, came back, a couple of other shows, and then, I started doing voiceovers in Sydney at the age of 25. I was lucky enough to start doing some radio drama. That's where I really started. And I went, used to have big studios, ABC studios up in William Street in the Cross, and I worked, luckily enough, with people like John Million and other guys who were doing a lot of radio at the time, John Million being, a very well-known radio star, well before he actually became a television star. So I worked with them. It was really good, not big roles, but it was great to work with them. And then I got a bit of an intro to the voiceover scene because some of the people that were associated with the TV drama, radio drama, did voiceovers. So I went down and did those as well. Look, it's hard to say. I'm one of these people that you have an ad, you go in it, you do it, you come out, you can't remember it. So I suppose, yes, sometimes if you have a dialect and you've got a lot of it and you haven't got much time, if you're not naturally, if you have to learn the dialect, like a South African dialect or something like that, I often find that quite difficult. But normally, I don't really have too much of a problem. Not to say that I do them perfectly, I'm not saying it for a second, but I only have had problems, I think, with when I had to do intricate dialects. Well, I always have loved voice work because I always see it as a legitimate acting form, You've got to do it as the producer or the director wants it to be. You've got to be able to be directed, and you've got to be able to do it in the time. And I love it because, in a sense, I suppose it's a sense of performance. But you do get a sense that you are actually constructing it. You feel as if you're making a difference. I guess that's it. One thing I remember is that we used to work, as I say, we started out radio drama. And one of the things we used to do is when we started out, stereo came in, and there's a little lady who used to get up on a chair. She's sort of rather small, not politically correct, I suppose, to say she was a dwarf, but look, she was a dwarf, and lovely lady. But when we did stereo, they used to say, now I want you to walk in a big arc around the microphone to the other side. But of course, she had to get up on the stool. So every time we did it, she had to get up on the stool, put it down, stand up again. Anyway, the third time she plunged off the stool onto the floor, and it's very funny. Very cruel, but very funny. Well, I think I'm exuberant. I can do it on time, don't bump into the furniture. And I'm quite good, I think, at jobs that involves interaction with other actors, having had that upbringing, I suppose, and voices that are, often younger than myself. I guess that's kind of where I come from. But what I would like to do, and take this wonderful opportunity to say so, I'd love to do more animated films. I've done some, but I haven't done enough, and I think I'd love to get into that sphere. Some of my best work on the cutting room floor, probably. No, I think some of my best work has been, I've done a series of roles where I played 3 or 4 different characters. There was the young guy, there's the older guy, I can't remember the client, but I did about 4 or 5 different characters and they cut them in. And I know, as I say, I go in, I can't remember what they were, and I come out again, I can't remember what they were. But whatever it was, that's what I enjoyed. Yes, if you're very, very tired, sometimes it does happen, and you've got to do something, it's quite intricate, or say something quite intricate, it's difficult. I remember once working on I was actually Cop Shop, a show that I did, just to drop a name, and I couldn't get, the character that I had spoke very sort of precisely. He had to say something like, your property has been recovered, sir, but you will at the present time be unable to establish possession of it. Well, I got through halfway through this, and I just couldn't do it. And I did for so many takes, they took a tea break. That was very embarrassing. I came back and I was able to do it, but yeah, so that wasn't too good. I just think that this may encapsulate another question, I don't know, but she actually, I admire her a lot because she's taken the chance to do something unique, and that is to say, I'm just going to earn our money, or earn my income from people doing voiceovers. So she has to be better than anybody else, she has to be more organised, and she's very much like a family. Which you don't get in a lot of other places. I've been with a lot of agents, deck chairs of the Titanic. But in most cases, the voiceover thing is just an addendum to everything else, and it's not treated as serious as it should be. And I think that's probably why she saw an opportunity. And I think she's absolutely fantastic. I think you have to have a point of difference, and interesting enough is that we often see our actors see from the other side of things when they go for a job, and people will tell you their opinion of Cathy Evans' management, and it's dreadful. No. What they're saying is they prefer to go to her because the people are organised, they're good, they're professional, they turn up on time, and they can actually do it. I mean, I think so many actors don't take it seriously, and half the time they're probably not even on time, they don't care, and they get a bad reputation, whereas Cathy has chosen people, one would hope, with all that criteria, and I think the results are there to see. Sounds a little bit conceited, but I think the word would be unique.